everybody. Good afternoon. I think it's good morning for us. Good afternoon for some of you all. My name is Tish Times, and I am a sales expert. I am the author of Networking is Not a One Night Stand, as well as the Networking and Sales Planner. And I run the Tish Times Sales Agency. Today, I want to talk to you about upgrading or elevating your networking as part of your sales process. So let me be so clear right now. I am not telling you to go sell at networking events. Remember, I just said networking is not a one night stand. So when you meet someone for the first time at an event, it's not the time to sell your stuff. And I want to give you a little bit of just information around how networking in the right circles, networking with the right people at the right events can be a powerful part of your sales process. But again, be really clear that I'm not telling you to go sell. I'm saying it again. Don't go tell anybody. Tish said that I could go sell at my networking events. It's what I call the entry point to your sales process. And so the first thing I want you to examine, I'm going to give you questions to ask yourself to see if, in fact, networking is playing a good role or a powerful role as part of your sales process. So the first question is, are you where are you hanging out and why? Where are you networking and why? I put a post, a question on my Facebook profile page today. And if you're following me on LinkedIn or watching this on YouTube, go friend me or follow me on Facebook. It's Tish Times. That's it. And you'll be able to see that post and chime in if you have some amazing places where you're networking. But one of the reasons I asked that question is that I want to find out if you're finding yourself networking in places that are adding opportunities, expanding your network, and in all honesty, at the end of the day, adding dollars to your bottom line. Because depending on your reasons for networking, you should be receiving some benefit from it. So let me ask you this: what is your purpose for networking, first of all? Is it to gain more social contacts? Because for some people, let's just be honest, that's what it is. You want to make some new friends, there's nothing wrong with that, right? You want to connect with people in your industry for professional reasons, that's all good too. If you are in business, however, and you want to use networking as part of your sales process, then you're going to have to be super intentional about the way that you're networking. And I dare say, I've been doing this for a long time. I literally wrote a book about it. I talk to people on a regular basis. So I know for a fact that many people are not intentional with their networking. It's kind of like sign up for the event, show up and see what happens. That's what the plan is for a lot of entrepreneurs when it comes to the way that they're networking. Let's just be real. And I'm going to challenge you today to shift the way that you're networking. So, once again, where are you hanging out and why? Are you going to events because they're convenient? Are you going to events because you know the people who are there? Or because it's just comfortable, meaning you've been going for the last 2 years, you're a part of this group, you've paid your yearly, your annual fees, or you're paying your monthly fees to be a part of this organization. And that's pretty much the reason why you're continuing to go to a monthly event. If the events are working for you, then by all means, keep going. But if you know that you're going to these events, you're making some friends maybe, but you're not getting any benefit from that event, then let's look at changing where you're going and maybe even elevating the types of events that you're attending. So if you're networking in your comfort zone, stop it. Stop doing that because it isn't serving your business. Now again, if you're going for social reasons, have at it. Look, if you're not trying to add dollars to your bottom line revenue into your business, then do what you want to do. But if you know that it's not really adding value or dollars, then you got to shift the way that you're doing things. So what are your metrics? Are you measuring how much of a benefit the networking groups, the networking events, the people that you're spending time with, are you measuring it? And I want you to measure it from the entire spectrum. So for me, for instance, if I'm going to go to an event, I'm going because I have a very intentional purpose. Where I live, it's going to take me a good hour to get to an event, flat out. because there's not a lot of business, not, I won't say there's none, there's not a lot of business happening in my neighborhood, in my community. So I got to go all the way into Central Phoenix, Metro Phoenix, Scottsdale, to really experience some of my networking. Now there's some groups in, some closer communities, but it's generally going to take me a good hour or so just to arrive there. So I add that hour on. I think about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, especially if it's a luncheon or a happy hour time frame type of an event, and then driving all the way back, right? So if I'm going to a physical event, I look at it's taking almost half my day just to go. What am I missing from an opportunity perspective when I'm out of my office for that amount of time and I'm not talking to prospective clients in my office, or I'm not having other types of lead generation activities happening in my office? So keep that in mind, right? Are you finding 2 to 3 ideal prospective clients if indeed it's part of your sales process and your goal is to find prospective clients? Are you finding 2 to 3 prospective clients at the events that you're going to? If you're not, then it's possible that you need to shift the way that you're networking. You might need to find some different types of places to hang out. Maybe you're in the wrong circle. Again, check your motives, right? Check and see why in the world you're attending the types of events that you're attending, and then check your metrics. So check your motives, check your metrics, and check your money. Is it adding dollars to your bottom line? Is it really doing anything to help you build your business and find the right types of people that you want to invite into your business as new prospective clients, new collaborations, so on and so forth. If you're not finding the right types of events, I'm going to invite you to really consider developing your own events. And I don't mean you have to go rent a hotel and have a conference room and all of that. What I mean is, you might want to create a circle. You might want to create a circle of people that you want to spend time with. Meaning, maybe you create a round table that you're inviting your perfect prospective clients to get to know them better, to add some value to them, because you got to add value before you can ever ask for business in the first place. You really kind of want to earn the right to be able to have that deeper sales conversation. And so, what I did when I was back in El Paso, a lot of my El Paso people will be able to speak to this. When I couldn't really find the right types of events many years ago, I just started creating my own events. And I had a monthly event every month for about 10 years. And it was full pretty much all the time. And it was the exact types of people that I wanted to spend time with. And so maybe you've got to figure that out. Maybe you just grab 5 people and invite them to have coffee with you at a great coffee shop in your local market. Maybe you just bring people into a Zoom room and you all begin to have conversations around a valuable topic that's of interest to them, that's going to be of benefit to them, right? So you want to kind of think about, how am I networking? What can I be doing differently? And if I'm just not finding it, or not getting the types of benefit that I could be getting, maybe I need to do something different and create my own circle. I said in my description that networking in the wrong circles is as detrimental, or even more detrimental, than not connecting at all, because it wastes your time in many cases. It sometimes wastes the time of the people because they're looking for someone different as well, probably. And more importantly, it creates an environment where you're probably spending a lot of time following up with people who you're never going to be a good connection for, and they're not a good connection for you. And so you got to be a little more intentional. I invite you to be a little more intentional about the way that you're networking as it pertains to your sales process. Because if in fact that's what you're looking to do, you want to find people who are already investing. So I would love to invite you also to consider, maybe if you're going to 1 or 2 free events every few months, that's one thing. But if most of the events that you're attending are all free, then the likelihood is you're running into people who are not wanting to invest in their business, which means they're probably not going to invest with you either. And this is something that I talk about all the time. I just thought it was time for us to have this discussion again, because people are out and about. I always say fall is conference season. It's a time when people are back out and about, especially here in the Phoenix market, where it's too hot in the summertime to be out and about too much. But this is an opportunity for you to get out and go to different events, hang out with people at different places, so that you can begin to build those relationships and potentially begin to invite people into your business as new clients. But if in fact you're only going to those free events, then you're going to probably get what you're investing in that, in that type of event. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying never go to them, but I am saying if that's your plan long term, then rethink it and realize that you want to find people who are already investing. And dare I say, people who are investing at a high level. They want to be around progressive thinkers. They want to be around high achievers. They want to be around people who are driven, who are all about really driving and growing their own business. And if you're not finding those types of people, I promise you there's a different way. So I want to invite you to also download a copy of my complimentary gift to you today. It is our networking handbook. And it's going to just give you some of the tips that I mentioned today, as well as lots more. And I'm hoping that it might help you to find better places, more productive, more fruitful places to network. And then also kind of give you a tip around how to utilize networking for driving sales, because there's definitely a way to do that. And I'll say this to you: if you're like, I want to get those tips, I want to know a little bit more, and you download that networking handbook, you can also schedule a sales assessment with me, and we can kind of look at how are you utilizing networking to drive sales. How would it work best for your business? I'm happy to do that. That is at no cost to you, just to have that brief conversation to decide if, in fact, networking is a good fit for your sales process. And if so, how should you be doing it? What's going to be the best way for you to be able to really have a great experience and great results as a result of your networking? Those of y'all who hung out with me today, thank you so much for being here. And I invite you to rethink the way that you're networking. And I will see you next week. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye bye.